Aloha. One moment, I will start my live. Aloha everyone on the other side of the screen. My name is Laksmi-Ditton and I'm saying aloha from Tallinn, Estonia this morning. We have a beautiful sunny day today. Summer is finally here and I'm very, very glad to be here with all of you and share this late lunch Estonian time. And in case you are in Estonia this time or somewhere in Europe, you can actually use this time if you have earplugs, put your earplugs on and, eat your lunch and also get some soul food, at the same time. So today I have thought to share with you maybe one or two couple of stories. And after that, share some inspiration I have actually got in Estonia next week or so. And also share some additional little things with you, which I kind of have been working on. So if you're here, say aloha to me with a little message. And I say someone is already here. Svea, aloha Svea, very nice to have you. And if you have questions, you can put questions in the comments so I can take them out as we go. So today, I want to go back. This must have been maybe 17 years ago. I was at the time in Norway. And in that particular story, I was on the floor, on the kitchen floor. I had my boyfriend at the time taking the ends of my jacket where you have the zipper, and trying to kind of push them in different directions and at the same time trying to strangle me. And as this was happening, I was thinking in my head, oh my God, if he does that, his life is over. He's like a refugee in Norway and he will be, sent out. And I could even see the newspaper articles, how a refugee from Africa killed an au pair from Estonia or Baltic states, And it's really weird that in that moment when my life was in danger, I was actually thinking of his well-being, not my own. And then I kind of got back into my body. It's oh my God, I have to get myself out of here. It's really serious, He's he has no rational mind at the moment. So the only thing which came to me was okay, I have to pick him into his, balls and just kind of try to get myself out of there, which I did. And he lived on the 5th floor, so I knew that I shouldn't take the elevator. So I was rushing down the stairs. And at the time, they had an additional building on the side where I had my bicycle. So I ran there and he was of course coming down and following me, and I got my bike and I was bicycling for my life, and I was going fast. He couldn't even catch me, just running. So he gave up. So I kind of got away. So luckily, and it didn't really register how crazy this situation was until a little later. And my girlfriend, who I had at the time, she saw my marks here on my on my neck, and she said, "Oh my God, you should definitely go to police and do a little write a little testimony, and kind of it needs to be handled." And I was still afraid, as an immigrant in Norway, I didn't want any trouble. And I thought if you do that, maybe my name will be somewhere in their system and stuff. So I wasn't really eager to do that. But as my friend was really insisting, so I went there, I did the, wrote the thing. And then it took me almost a week to get my stuff out of there. And at the time, I was still working as an au pair, and he started to send me life-threatening messages, I will come and I will kill you and I will kill the family where you are living. And I like, oh my God, like I don't want to put anyone else's life in danger. So that's why I also went to the police to get extra protection and also have his like a little warning that this is not the way you do things here in Norway. And I didn't really know that he had a very violent background, and the reason for this situation to happen was actually that he was really, really jealous, and he just kind of made up stories in his mind which were not true at all, and he just kind of believed that I had someone else and so on. And now also thinking back to that situation, I understand also why I even got together with a person like this, because I wasn't really sure what I really wanted from a relationship, and I was kind of experimenting, and I didn't know really well yet how to set my boundaries and so on. And I wasn't also transformed. My energy wasn't transformed. So there were lots of older wounds and older childhood traumas and things which were really kind of still, influencing me quite a bit. So I was a mess in a way. So this situation really taught me. Of course, we broke up, and I was completely done with him. And what was really funny, a year later, he actually, I even changed my phone number and everything, and I don't know how, but he found my new number, and I was just visiting my friend in Norway, and he called me and said, I actually want to thank you because, of course, he worked in a kindergarten and he lost that job because of the violence towards me. But he started actually his own business, and he started to do stuff what he had actually thought for a while, and he actually thanked me that this happened, and he started his business. So he was kind of happy. I was like, okay, that's first time in my life, but okay. So in a way, things were turned in a good way for him, and also for me. I got much more clear that I have to be much more careful, and before I will move to anyone's place, I have to really be more kind of strategical, what and how to get to know the person and their past and so on. So that was a good lesson, and not that easy to kind of go through, but we are the sum of our experiences and challenges, and we will come through things, when time is right. So, and the second story I want to share with you, I've been actually working on this for a while, that was in 2007. So I had my master's degree diploma in my hands from Tromsø University, and I was looking really proudly. It said Master of Arts. I had just finished my visual anthropology degree and finished 2 documentaries, and the big document which came along with that as well. So 2 years of my life just for that, and then 3 years of bachelor's degree before that. So it was quite a journey. And then I went back in time to 1993 when I talked to my grandmother and shared with her, I would like to go and study in a university. I would like to study maybe English or, journalism or something, And then she said, sorry, kid, but we don't have resources. I can't support you through that. I can support you through maybe, some technical school. You get a skill, and then you just get your own job, and then you can do whatever you want, And I was so sad, but so what to do? We didn't have much money. I lived with my grandmother. My dad was most of the time drunk and lost most of his salary, so I couldn't really count on him. So a difficult situation, And so I went to study secretary job and, leadership and, everything that comes with that. And I don't regret it. It was really important time to learn those things, But after some time, I think I worked as a secretary only like 4 months, and I realized like, oh my God, this is not my character at all. So if you or your children are picking, you know, profession, you should definitely look into what kind of character they have. You know, if they're more like kind of, you know, like to go around, meet people, socialize, have diversity, you are not like a typical secretary type of person, which is who I am, you know. I'm very, very active. I like diversity. I like people. I like communication. I like, you know, different things. So that was really good that I found that out pretty early. But it took me several years to get to actually university idea again. And that was, I think that was 2001 or somewhere there, where I kind of came to that idea. It's like, okay, maybe I should, you know, start looking into that. And I applied and then came through that, you know, to study in Oslo University, you have to actually speak Norwegian because they didn't have English class yet. So I did the Norwegian exams and actually applied and got Lions Club and Red Cross to support me because I had been volunteer in their house, in a volunteer house for a while. And I actually, it took me 2.5 years to completely fully finance myself. I had my little cleaning business. So during the daytime when I didn't have classes, I was also cleaning. I had a weekend job where I was working in a cheese counter, and then I was also volunteering in a student organization and doing some other projects. So when I look back, I think like, oh my God, like how did I even manage to, you know, get through this? So much discipline, so much like, you know, sustainability, like with structures and things like how to get this all going. So really impressive. And then the last semester, I went to South Africa as an exchange student, and the Norwegian government at the time had a program that when you went and you got like a loan first, and then if you past classes and stuff, it was turned into stipend. So basically the last part I got kind of covered by the Norwegian state. And that time, because I had my you know, additional cheese counter job, I could use that as in the paperwork that, you know, I had the right to get that support from the Norwegian state. So sometimes it's really, really good to be smart. Even before going to South Africa, they sent me a mail saying that no, you have no right. And then I went through all the, you know, laws again and sent back like a complaint and said, yes, point this and point that says that I have the right, so I have the right. And there I was 1 week later, I was in Cape Town University and studying, you know, amazing. And then I got into, my professor actually in South Africa told me, don't you even think about master's degree. And I think only just one got already into master's degree in Tromsø. I discovered film, and I discovered that film is so exciting. I want to do more about that, and so what can I do? And then I started to kind of look into that. They had a master's degree program, which I was actually also qualified for. So that's what I did. So I transitioned from Cape Town through a little time in Estonia, straight to Tromsø, and started to study visual anthropology master's degree. So 5 years later, I have this you know, diploma in my hands, and I just thought that next time I see my grandmother, I should actually show it to her, you know, that I don't know if you know, but this is what I did. You said I can't do it, but see, I did it. I went to Oslo, Tromsø, and Cape Town University, and I did it. Like, how is this possible, you know? And I studied in Norwegian and English, you know, not even in Estonian, you know. So it was quite a journey to go through all of that. And by the end of my master's degree, I also got oral transformation, which helped me to get more clarity, set boundaries more, and also get more clarity about my future. My intuition told me that I have to go to the top of the mountain in Norway and stay there for 2 weeks, like my own pilgrimage kind of, So I bicycled 40 kilometers one way there, and then I got there and I was like up on the mountain top for like almost 2 weeks. And I actually was doing different kind of meditations, but I also didn't eat. I fasted like most of the time. I got the new name, Krista Laksmi, which I got into my passport 2 years later. I also got my name for my business here in Estonia, which is called New Flow. So that came as well. And then later I realized and understood the whole, meaning. Crystal means that I'm like polishing my crystal. Ra is the sun god. So if the crystal is polished and then the rays come through, then lots of rainbows will be created in that room. When lots of rainbows are created, it's abundance. So I'm working on polishing my old crystal so that more light can go through and more abundance can be created, so that I can help others to do the same. So such a beautiful kind of concept, of which came to me like only some years later. And New Flow, which means actually I have been bringing new ideas to Estonia all these years, like in different ways and forms, and I think continue to do it. There are not very many Estonians who go out to the world, live there, learn new things, and then come back and teach people and share it with people. So like this constantly, like for so many years. So that's like one of the things I feel is my mission here, to help my fellow countrymen and women, and also share what I have learned. So beautiful things. So such a delight to do this, So now, before I go to little gifts here, I want to wrap up this story part. So I'm going to share lots more stories as we go, because this is also for me like a practice. What we learned with Bo Eason, which is one of the best like speakers trainings in the world. And this is also, it's every time I tell a story, there are actually lots of psychological things are happening in people who are listening to those stories. So it's also helping me to connect with all of you, wherever you are, wherever you are. You may have had similar story, and now we are connected. You know that I have gone through these hardships. I was a girl from Estonia, not much money. I got into Oslo University. I went through that, and I also went through Tromsø University. I even went to Cape Town University. My grandmother said we have no resources, but I still did it. If I managed to do that, and then you have had similar things, we are like instantly connected, Or if you had similar situation, someone was trying to strangle you, you are instantly connected with me because you had that terrible experience as well. Or if you have had any kind of violence, it's one of the easiest ways to connect with each other and create connection, and also build trust, as well. You also learn to know me and my character. I'm probably not a giving up person, so I went through the university 5 years. I've had my business in Estonia for 12 years. I have the anniversary in the end of July, and doing good and doing better every year, learning new things and activating new things all the time. And also having a business in USA with my husband, and also in Mexico. So there are not very many Estonian women who have that. So there is something special about me, that I have the courage going to all these places in the world, living in Hawaii for 2 years, which was one of my dreams, and doing all these crazy things, not giving up, not, turning my head away from challenges, going through this. things, you know. It's almost a guarantee that if you choose to do whatever you choose to do with me or also Michael, there will be results because we will not give up. We will produce. We will, you know, continue work. We will continue to share what we are here to share. So this is why I'm like telling stories every time. If you're like thinking like what happened to Crystal, you know. So if these stories which I told you today were really interesting and you heard right now or later, you know, give me thumbs up. If you have questions or comments about it, you can also comment it. Very nice. So I also wanted to share a couple of things which came to me here while I've been in Estonia. In Estonia, you know, things are rocking and rolling all the time. There's lots of innovation, you know. Most of you maybe don't know, Skype was developed in Estonia, TransferWise, also from here. There are lots of new innovations happening all the time. That's why we are such a mental country, you know. E-residency thing here is way ahead of United States in so many ways, you know, and other countries too. So, even Obama said some years ago, you know, we should have, you know, contacted Estonian IT people when they started to do Medicare stuff, you know. So there's lots of knowledge here and things are rocking and rolling, but there are also people who are really struggling here. You know, people don't know. Most people maybe don't earn more than 600 or 1,000 euro per month. You know, some people have to work free jobs to, you know, manage their work. You know, some people, you know, get subsidies and help because it's just a very difficult situation. You know, just recently I've heard more difficult situations because their elderly get into situation where there is no homes to put them in, so they have to stop working. So when they stop working, they have no money as well, you know. So difficult situations like that. So I've had this time many clients approaching me like, I want to really come to your sessions and things, but I can't because I don't have, you know, the money. So, which is really, really sad. But with the money, is also, you have to do certain things in a certain way. You have to have the containers in place. I never really get tired of talking about containers. So this means your time, you know, your discipline, your training, your rest, you know, and there is a whole lot of other things, you know, which you can work with as well. And we are now to launch with Michael another program where we talk about a little bit of these abundance things. So if you are interested about that, you can let me know. This one will be in English, and in Estonian I already have one online class which is out there for sale for a long time already. So really good stuff. Another thing is people put their schedules so full that Spirit has no time to come in and give the messages. So this is really important to have those moments to kind of, you know, download information from your intuition, you know. And just the other day, I went swimming in the pool here, and when I swim, it's usually the time when I'm like really open for downloads, and I even tell, you know, energy that can you know download some information. And I got a really amazing innovative idea how I can do aura balancing sessions even better for people who maybe need a little more cleansing stuff to go through. And just 1 hour later, I put it in use, and it was like amazing, mind-blowing, you know. So if I hadn't had that time, I wouldn't probably had that time to, you know, receive that information which was coming, you know. So that's really, really important to have that space, you know, and realize, you know, what you want in life, because that ultimate dream, like what is your ultimate dream, is really important, because if you don't have it in place, like the energies are all over the place, there's no container, there's no direction. So energies in the new time, they really love to have a direction. Like, what's your next dream? Would you like to come to Hawaii adventure with me and Michael. Okay, it's an expensive trip, but it's a trip of a lifetime. If you would put aside 250 euros or like somewhere similar amount of dollars from now till next year, November, you will be in the November group in 2020. So it's a discipline. It's a you know, a decision. It's a choice. What to do with your life, how to manifest your things. If you always say, I can't, I have this and I have that and I have to pay my bills, this is the message you give to your money, and that's what it will create to you. The universe acts like a mirror. So if you say something like that, that's what you get. So don't complain, just complain and point at yourself because you have just talked and thought wrong, you know. So so this is one way to kind of change your thinking. So till the 21st of June, me and Michael, we are actually offering a special. If you have never done work with us before and you have questions maybe about sexuality, relationships, so also health, your career, life mission, abundance in general, or you know, what's your next, I don't know, maybe you have like really huge choices and don't know which one to choose, you know, and maybe there are some other, you know, topics which are happening. We have lots of knowledge, lots of you know, ideas to throw back at you and reflect at you. So we have a special happening right now till the 21st of June. If you have never been to us, both online and live, so you can come. So Michael at the moment is in Palm Springs. I'm in Tallinn, Estonia, and then online, so you can listen with us till the 21st of June for 40 euros. You can transfer it into dollars. I don't know what's that in dollars, but that's the deal. So you can have a session with us 1 hour. So a really good deal. And then if you are in Estonia or in Europe this summer and you would like to really make a change in your life, you are 1987, you feel that you are a little bit stuck and you would like to really move on and upgrade yourself and your energies into the new energies, then maybe aura transformation is something for you. And I would recommend you to actually, let me see, I have it here, to read this book beforehand. I have the Estonian version here, but this is about crystal children for children and new time adults. So the author is Anni Sendov, and you can read this book, which gives you a better idea, you know, how this process goes, what it does. One really amazing thing with aura transformation is that once you do it, you can't go back. But it's really cool because you can, it really empowers you. It helps you to set your boundaries more. It helps you to find the right people, start to do the right things. Oftentimes people find their dream partners, you know, and they start to live their dream life in so many ways. So it's one of the most amazing tools and techniques I have learned in the world. I brought it to Estonia in 2007. I was the first person transformed here. I was the first aura mediator here in Estonia. I was also the first one and the only one who was part of the aura instructor program in Estonia when we had it here, and also have worked with this internationally 12 years. So if what I say, if I as a person resonate with me, with you, then you know, maybe I'm your aura mediator. You can come and have that session done, and we get back to United States in September. We don't know yet if we are going to go through New York. If you are in New York and you would like to have this session in New York, you know, then let me know. then we can definitely stop there and work with you. Or if anyone in United States especially would like to invite me and Michael to do sessions or retreats or workshops, we are welcome for cooperation as well in Estonia and other places in the world. So if that's something really exciting, you let us know. And we will be in San Diego part of September and October, and then I will go to Mexico to renew all my paperwork there. And then while I do this, then all of the rest will be set up in San Diego. So San Diego will be our base for a while. So we are really, really excited about that. So if you have some ideas also for us in San Diego, we are so open to with you as well. And if you want to experience Estonia in a very special way this summer and you are thinking of coming to Estonia, we would recommend you to actually come so that you can actually join our summer retreat from the 2nd till the 4th of August in Matsalu, where we'll also have Wantra water therapy, my water therapy session technique. So it will be in a beautiful Estonian landscape place. We'll do lots of Hawaiian shamanism stuff. We also share some stuff we learned from Lisa, and share some other things we have been studying and learning recently. So you will have a workshop which is led by wind spirits, both in the new time energy, and I'm also the aura mediator. So in case you would like to have aura transformation, or you already have got it, you want aura balancing, you have a session to get that as well. And if you come to Estonia and stay a couple of days later, you can also hire us as your guide. We can show you around, and I have many special places I can, show you, and as well offer you Wantra water therapy session, which is one of a kind of work. So, and we are now also developing a new set of abundance magnets in English, and the English version, we already recorded a couple of those, will be so much more, maybe even powerful, because now I have learned everything I've learned with the 8 money magnets I did in Estonian, what needs to be done differently and in what order need these things have work. So this will be an upgraded version. So if you have the Estonian ones and you want to have like the upgraded ones, then this is also something for you to look. So I will see if we have the link already ready. If not, it will come up in a little bit. So yeah, and me and Michael, we are ready anytime to work with you guys, wherever you are, online coaching. One of the new things which I'm offering is the inner family coaching. So if you have issues from your childhood, or you have had some really deep wounds, this may be something really for you. And the way it works is that we have once a month we have a session where you get to work with me. We are doing the Google Hangout together, and then I'll record it with a special link. So it will be kind of like a journey, a guided journey, and then you go through it later throughout this month. It activates one of your inner family members, and then things will come up throughout this month. You will make the report to me and send it in just before the next meeting will happen. And right now, I've done several clients like that with different courses and classes, and that's amazing. This is really a powerful thing, and I will work on getting this also as an online program in English as well very soon. So exciting time. So with that, I see no one has really asked questions. So if you get here later and you have questions, please don't hesitate to ask. If you have at least 5 people with this information, maybe inspiring, motivating, please don't hesitate to share. If you have some cooperation orders for me and Michael, also let us know. We are very open wherever you are in the world. And thank you so much for your time and presence, and all the best, and see you soon. Mahalo.